Welcome to Xbox Uncut's episode 306, I believe. Pretty sure that's right. Pretty sure. I just updated it. I'm going to question myself the whole show. But to solve the confusion, I have the wonderful Will. Welcome to the show, Will. How you doing today?
Hey, what's going on? Good. So, sorry for that little sound thing. I had an Xbox trailer going on for like
Oh,
a
no,
sec.
you're good. You're good.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Should be a good show.
Yes, it should.
Yeah.
To make it a good show, to spread out this information, to create random fucking scenarios to argue about, we have the wonderful Steph.
Yeah, what up?
Because sometimes, news is a little dry, which, it came
I
together.
stretch that shit, bruh. I mean, give me my props. I stretch it.
You do. But the news actually did come together at the last minute today.
Yeah. There's a lot of...
we were looking at it. I was looking into it yesterday, and I was like, man, post this one. This is just news about upcoming news. It's not even news. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Which we still have some of that in there. But it looks like doing a little bit better today. A little bit better.
Yeah, today it was a lot of good news. A lot of like different things here and there. We'll cover coming up.
All right, sorry about that. My dog is having a tough one tonight. He's an old man. Sadly, he has a collapsing trachea. Yep. So he's just trying to force him to take it easy. But
what do you do for that?
You don't do anything. He's too old for the surgery to help him out.
So, do you put him in a different position or anything like that, or?
I mean, he's just laying down, like. There's nothing you can do. I've taken to a couple vets, and sadly, it's at his age. There's just not much you can do for a dog.
I'm surprised they can't put like a little thing there to open it up more or something.
Yeah,
like a little stent or something.
And it's tricky. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah. I'm just taking shots here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But like I said, he's going on 16, so like he's just an old man. Sadly, hopefully we'll have him a while longer, but
yeah,
as long as he's comfortable, it's what matters.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'll try to mute my mic if he does start coughing up again. Just wanted to explain what the sound in the background was. All right, so news. Minecraft Earth is coming out with some new features, people. They got a player journal released today. Provides a way to collect and track different mobs and blocks collected and gain rewards for unique items. We also had challenges have been added. Adventure crystals were released on March 25th. And build plate link sharing, released on April 14th, allows players to share their Minecraft Earth creations with friends and simply by sending them a link they generated in game. But worry not, link shares are a copy of the original world, so your little brother isn't actually able to destroy your masterpiece. Cool. See, that's I build a penis in somebody's front yard. I don't want them to be able to destroy it. It's always going to be a penis.
Is this the Pokemon Go style one?
Yes, the one where you can build stuff in people's yards and outside.
Have people been onto this, or is it not like?
Well, I think popular? With the pandemic going on right now, it's the perfect time to launch Minecraft Earth. I did play it, and I saw a couple people playing it when I went to a local college campus. And, it's the best place to play these types of games because you have so many buildings and places you can build and fight mobs. But, yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely not as big as Pokemon, Go, but it's going to build up steam once they actually finally release it. So, we'll see.
It's still in beta?
Yeah,
really?
It's still in beta, sir.
How long has it been in beta?
I don't know. Like, it was a closed beta when I got in. I'm not even sure if it's an open beta yet.
Yeah, because I remember you talking about this, like, at least for a couple months already, like, maybe, like, since E3.
But with the pandemic going on... Well, at E3, they announced it. Nobody was in it. It was months later that you could get into the closed beta.
Yeah.
But it's like at this point, like you just put the shit, work on it, the software for it, and put it on the shelf until we can get through past all this COVID stuff. It's just it's the wrong time. Wrong time.
It is.
All right, so oh no, wait, man, I didn't pull up this news article the right way. This website is upset that I'm using an ad blocker.
Of course, they're gonna make their monies.
Well, I was using Reddit. No, it was something else. Ad blocker was telling me it had an update. I'm good. Good. Microsoft has begun distributing Project XCloud preview invites today for Android in France, Germany, and the Netherlands, with 8 additional European countries joining next week. It's cool to see like this roll out to the rest of the world. Essentially, I know it's a slow rollout. People want it all today, but yeah, we're making it happen. People, everybody's gonna be able to play on a train, on a plane, but I would not, not in a car. It's too dangerous. But yeah, like they're doing Belgium, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Netherlands, Norway, Spain, and Sweden. So go ahead and sign up for Project XCloud. It's pretty impressive. You ask me, pretty impressive.
But, I'm glad they're making more headway with their XCloud stuff, because that's going to be a big, kind of a marketing, I guess, tool to get into other countries. Like besides besides the Game Pass stuff. I think that hopefully they'll do like the more other countries as well. Like I'm guessing South America's already maybe in that. That and maybe I know Japan has to be there too, right? Like, I think they're open already for the Project XCloud.
I think they are already. Or no, is it just America? The United States? I'm not sure. Not sure. I don't want to commit to anything.
Okay. Yeah, Japan's a big place too. So I know the Game Pass is already the thing there. So there's that.
What was it? South Korea had the big the deal with the telecom for them to do XCloud.
Yeah, I remember you saying something about that before. Yeah.
So I would imagine, like Asia, like this place like Japan, where you have like huge cities and the infrastructure is ready to go. Japan, South Korea, like makes sense for them to launch there first, and then even in Europe, like it's I know that they started with the United States just because there's so much, the landmass is so large, it's hard to cover everybody, but it's kind of, if you can build it up here, the smaller countries will be a lot easier. So it's cool to see that it's finally rolling out to everybody. Well,
yeah, Europe. Yeah, I agree. Europe is a huge place to have all your stuff opening finally. So that's a very good market to penetrate to try to get your stuff out there. So that's good.
Welcome to the show, Infinity Line.
Yo, what up?
What's up, brother?
All right, next bit of news. Battlefield 5, the future of Battlefield 5, an update with Ryan MacArthur. So this summer, it's going to be the last update to Battlefield 5. It's going to be Battlefield 5 Chapter 6. As you're aware, the current Battlefield 5 Into the Jungle wraps up on April 29th. And as we look into the future, we will release one more standalone update this summer that brings with it some new content, weapons, and game tweaks. We are targeting June for this update, and we're still tackling the challenges from working from home. Let's see. Here's a brief overview of what's coming. Weekly rewards. Following the summer update, you'll receive Battlefield currency and company coin as weekly rewards, giving you a chance to unlock gear you have missed. Events and activities. Also, you're planning various weekly initiatives such as the reintroduction of Friday night Battlefield servers, where the community can play Battlefield 5 in a friendly atmosphere. Throwback Thursdays, where they're looking to bring you together across all of our Battlefield titles, are in the works too. We are continuing our work with the community games update. We are committed to bringing these to the game, and we'll keep you updated as you can expect them to start coming online. So yeah, it'll be a nice little update. We're going to see more soon, hopefully. But I know I'm a big fan of Battlefield.
Yeah.
I know Steph is. I know Steph, you put in some work.
I haven't touched that game in so long. I just loaded it up just to see what the fuck you're talking about. I literally been playing so much Call of Duty that I forgot about Battlefield. And like I did go back and try to play it like after Call of Duty came out, but like you know how when you play a certain game and then you go play another game and then the controls are so different or the game runs so different that it just feels weird playing it. And I just the transition from Call of Duty to Battlefield, it just for me wasn't smooth enough. And I don't think that means Battlefield's a bad game. It's just a different game. So
Yeah, it's different
uh
style. Different style.
yeah, it's easier to go from Battlefield to Call of Duty because I think Battlefield isn't as fast paced as Call of Duty is, which isn't bad, but you know, it's just something I had to get used to again. But I really, really enjoy Battlefield. It's one of my games that probably one of my favorite games of this gen. I'm ready for the next one, so we'll see what I'll check some of these updates out. I don't want to. I know I missed out on a lot of content just by playing so much Call of Duty, but there's still a good game there somewhere, so I'll figure it out.
Yeah. So the senior editor of The Verge came on to Twitter and said that May is nearly here. Xbox news, Surface news, and Windows news, and a whole lot more. It's not a normal month of May, but there's going to be plenty of things going on. So it sounds like Microsoft might be having another Xbox event. There's been a few different people been rumoring about, and even Phil Spencer talked about how there's going to be kind of a big, well, not a big showing, but like a showing of games, like a game event where they show off some next gen titles, which would honestly be awesome. I want to see more. I want to see more. Would it? So moving on,
this
I
is
guess. I mean, there's not much to go over. It's like I said, news about news coming.
yeah, but this one's been very consistent, like with regards to having May news. I'm just curious to see what the size of the news is going to be, as far as like whether it's going to be a conference or just they're going to release things weekly or maybe like a like a what do you call it, like a streamed um event similar to what's it called, what's that show they do that people hate? Can't remember
Inside Xbox.
Inside Xbox. Yeah, maybe something similar to that, or maybe like I don't know. It's hard to say what exactly they're gonna do, but yeah, I keep hearing May's gonna be big, and then June's like right around the corner. So uh, I'm excited for the May stuff because that's gonna be like probably more hardware and like the tease for the games. So like the game stuff is gonna be really interesting. Curious who's gonna show off like maybe Halo Infinite or Fable as kind of a teaser, whatever, and then move on to like the bigger stuff with Obsidian and well I wouldn't say bigger, just their other stuff like with Obsidian and what's the other teams, Initiative. um, I don't know if they're gonna show off in Exile stuff 'cause that seems like very early, but there's still a lot of stuff like third party deals, yeah, so that's all I'm guessing gonna be in June.
Now, talk about Inside Xbox real quick. Just,
You know,
Inside Xbox. I have a feeling that if they scrapped it, right, went back to the drawing board, and just had Giant Bomb do the interview for Inside Xbox, where they asked the questions, it'd probably be a much better show.
yeah, that would be interesting. They'll probably
I think those personalities might be a little bit too expensive, to be honest with you.
I don't know. You could still like, hey, like you're getting exclusives for fucking Giant Bomb or whatever, but at the same time,
That's true. That's true. That's a good point.
It's but
I mean, I think they did kind of try that a little bit, didn't they? Grab a couple. They grabbed that. What's that girl's name? Justine or whatever her name is.
Yeah, Justine.
Didn't she do a little bit of stuff?
I think they did.
Yeah.
But like, I'll put it this way: we have no E3 this year. My favorite part about E3 is the Giant Bomb after show, like with Jeff interviewing Phil, because usually that's where we get like it's almost like a yearly update, like a really good interview where it's just like, hey, for the next hour, we're just going to chill and talk and ask like fucking real questions, and it doesn't feel like a scripted piece of shit. And I think that's why people hate Inside Xbox so much, because it's so scripted by a PR department that nobody wants to watch.
Yeah.
Like, it's just terrible.
Yeah, they have some relevant news here and there, but it's just not very well organized, I think, and like the content is still lacking. So, I mean, I think the next couple of inside Xboxes are going to be a lot more relevant because they have more content to show off. And I mean, it'll be interesting if they keep the format, or they're gonna stretch it a little bit more, like make it a little bit more, not like with live people. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna have the live stuff there with people, but maybe more similar to the way PlayStation does their directs and Nintendo. But I don't think they're gonna be doing that anytime soon because they still want to use like AC bongos and uh, what's his name, Rakuzo. I forget his full name. But yeah, we'll see how they change the format if they do. I mean, it'll be nice if they stop doing Inside Xbox and put out a more relevant show, but we'll see.
And I
Yeah.
don't mean to sound terrible about it. I just think they'd be better off with.
You saying Fire Major Nelson?
No, not Fire Major Nelson. I mean, you can have him. He's good for like a community front, but at the same time, like you should have like. I just feel like it'd be easier to have Ryan McAfee, Jeff Gertzman. Like you can flip through the big fucking like gaming podcast, just like, hey, you know, like Jeff knows how to interview Phil. We've done it fucking for the last like 6 years, where he's been on the Giant Bomb after show at E3. Like we know what to expect. Let's just get him over there, and you know, maybe you give him a little like heads up, and that way he can prep his questions better. Like, you know, maybe you show off some stuff, but. In this world of, you know, everybody doing everything over the internet, like it would just be better to have something like that going on, like just some other way of getting out more information.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Because you have to figure they planned an entire show, like E3 show, like, and that none of that's gonna like really hit in the same way. They have to configure all that information that they were going to release about next gen consoles and all that in a different way. So I just rather see it with somebody is like Jeff Gertzman than, and I mean, I'm not like, I know I keep saying him. I think he does a really good job interviewing. I'm actually not the hugest fan of him when it comes to like his gaming taste or anything like that, but it's just like fucking, I think he does a good job every year with his, the after show.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I'm not, my gaming taste isn't in line with his at all, but yeah, he does do very good interviews and stuff like that. I mean, him and Ryan have really good interviews with Phil. Usually, they usually reveal a lot of information about how Phil manages the brand and what his thoughts are on different parts of the industry. So I'll still look forward to that. I'm just curious. Like, I'm very curious to see how they're going to switch up the format for E3, because I know E3 is made a certain way, so maybe they're gonna just record stuff like with the people and then kind of put it in this different segments and stuff like that. Maybe with like, you know, the creators, or you know, interviewing the development team, stuff like that.
Yeah. Now, just for clarity, you said there's no E3. We know that, and there's no show. There's no digital event too, right? They canceled that too, right?
No, they're doing some kind of digital event.
No, not Microsoft. I'm talking about just like, I guess.
The E3 organization? No, it got
Yeah.
No, it's gone. Like it's not.
Yeah, they're not organizing a thing to get everybody. I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the IGN thing might be seemingly it's a replacement in some ways, I guess. I know we had that in a news thing, Dustin, so I don't know if you want to move on to that one.
Where am I on this? Oh, you're talking about the Cyberpunk 2077 confirmed for IGN Summer Showcase event?
Yeah.
In June? Yeah, it's going to be cool.
That's right. Yeah, that's going to be
more
interesting.
Cyberpunk. Need
it. Yeah, the last thing they showed was the E3 from 2019, right? The last gameplay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if they released other stuff in between here and before.
I mean, I'll be honest. I've seen more of this game than I thought fucking possible at this point. Like, because they've released a couple, like, hey, here's an hour and a half long fucking session of us playing. Like, it's just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, we all know it's scripted. Like, they're going down certain paths that they know are, like, completely done, but it looks fucking awesome. there's no question on kind of where their vision for the game is leading.
I'm curious about how the build is now, though, like, because I know the previews that we saw before were like kind of much earlier builds, and they were uh still finishing up on graphics. So I'm curious to see how it's gonna look compared to the first stuff that they showed us, like how it compares with like how they do like Ubisoft that does those crazy demos that usually don't live up to the actual game.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how it changed from the initial presentation to now, and how the next gen actually has a good chance of looking better with the next gen technology. So all the stuff implemented like ray tracing, and I mean I'm sure it's gonna look pretty good. So if not awesome.
Yeah. I trust him. Witcher 3 looks fucking amazing. Like it.
Yeah.
I don't. Is it gonna look as good as that first like CG trailer? No, I mean, but
Hell no.
it's gonna look really good though.
Yeah. Oh wait, it will on PC.
Well,
Series X, yeah.
it's Series X too. But, this is gonna look really good there.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to fuck it up on the next gen consoles.
Yeah.
So much power. Yeah,
All the power.
all the power.
All right. Let's move on. I guess let's move on to what everybody's been excited to hear about, numbers. Tom Warren came out and he was like, Xbox stats. Xbox is nearly 90 million monthly active users. It's not paid for subscriptions, but it's active people on their platform buying shit. And apparently, of those 90 million, 10 million have subscribed to Game Pass, which I don't think that's it's all right. Sounds like they're doing all right. And for Project XCloud, they have hundreds of thousands of active users in their preview program. So, and like we said earlier, they're adding all those other countries, so that number's just going to keep boosting up as they test their servers. But yeah, it's once you add that PC in, man, it's because Xbox just the platform itself is just flexing. But I mean, at the same time, it's more fucking it's numbers. Numbers.
Well, it's nice to see numbers finally, because they've been very quiet about their numbers like for a long time. I think this was like during was it like a conference call, like a business conference call or something, or like a earnings call. So it's good that they finally released like the Game Pass subscribers. The live stuff isn't too surprising, because I mean I don't know what their metric is for, like, I know you said what active users are for, like, but like PC could be like just accessing the store. I mean, I'm well, active users I guess is the the important part of there. But I'll be curious to see out of those users, how much is attributed to the success of Xbox Live. I don't know.
Who's spending money? That's what we really want to.
Yeah,
How many of these people are spending money?
exactly. But I'm sure nowadays, since we're in the quarantine, it's gotten much higher.
Yeah, definitely. I
So
want to say the last time they spoke about it, they said it was like a 50% jump, right?
yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely got a lot to do. I mean, I can just tell, just like with my internet, because Comcast they lowered they started to like throttle just from it. So yeah, I can imagine that gaming has a lot to do with it, along with Netflix and all the other fun stuff. So everybody's seeing the bump. Every online service.
Yeah, the Game Pass stuff is especially interesting too, because I was thinking it would be a lower number, maybe like 5 million or something, but 10 is pretty good. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen people say, well, Disney Plus got 5 million in 3 months. So 3 years and
Yeah,
10
but
million, that's nothing. I'm
Disney
like,
Plus is also a video
it's
streaming
it's it's
service.
a
Yeah.
video streaming service. It has people watching the story. I mean, I
And they're
understand the
also
logic
giving it
behind.
away to like on like fucking three, bunch of
Yo,
different
bro, I got it
services.
for free for 2 years.
Yeah, like it's not like don't get me wrong. It's like Disney Plus was gonna
Um,
do well no matter what.
okay,
It's
okay.
fucking
How
it's
many
Disney
people?
Plus, Like there's
Uh,
the
think about this, Dustin. How many? Do you think there's more than 5 million people out there with a Verizon phone, a Verizon smartphone?
Yes, there are easily.
All right, then they gave every person who had Verizon, e- every single person who had Verizon got it for free. Just think about that. If you had Verizon, you got it for free. You also got You got Disney Plus for free, and you got Apple TV for free. So for a full year, for free.
Yeah.
So I mean, that number doesn't really sound that impressive to me if you consider that. It's like remember when
Oh no, but like I'll
King
put it this way: HBO, what is it? Ultimate or what is fucking? So
HBO like
AT and
Max,
T
it's
owns
Max, ain't it?
no, yeah, like it's Max or whatever the new one that's coming out, right?
Yeah, Max.
AT and T owns it. They're giving it away to every single fucking AT and T customer. Are we surprised? Are we gonna be like, oh man, they have 100 million users now because they gave a
I,
fucking license
to
to
be
every
to be
phone
honest,
company?
I'm surprised that they're giving that away. Yeah.
Like that's, and I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a great way of incentivizing people to come to your place. It's like, hey, fucking HBO's $20 a month. Like that's 20. You figure that's 20 off your phone bill if you were an HBO subscriber. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's
fucking, that's not that's a nice little discount. Like that's cool. It's a nice perk. Like I get with T-Mobile, I believe I get Hulu for free. Like it's like cool. Like fucking, I got it. Like it's nothing I'm writing home about, but it's if I want to watch something on Hulu, it's there.
yeah. That's good stuff on Hulu, buddy.
Yeah.
And check that.
Oh no, I'm
You know,
not
watch
trying to hate
that.
on Hulu. I'm just saying, like
Oh,
it's
okay.
there's it's all these platforms are I'm sorry, phone companies are fucking huge. Like it's what they all are now, except for fucking Disney. Like Disney just owns a ton of shit though. So like when you start looking at like HBO, because what is it? It's AT&T owns Comcast, right? Or am I no? They own Dish.
No.
No, not Dish. They own Dish.
Yes.
No, it is Dish,
Yes.
right?
It's either Dish or the
Or
other
DirecTV.
satellite.
Yeah.
One of the
No,
two.
they own
They're
DirecTV. That's what it is. They
okay.
own
It's one of
DirecTV.
the
AT&T.
yeah.
So they also own HBO. They own a ton of shit. They're just a huge fucking company. So like, but at the same time, that's cool that you get perks, and it's not like you have to have an AT&T phone to get HBO or. But it's hey, I'll take the incentives from it. It definitely makes choosing a phone provider a little bit tougher now.
It's still crazy to me that a telecommunications company owns all that stuff. That's
Yeah.
what's wild.
They own
Good
DC.
point. I never thought
They
about
own all
that.
of DC Comics.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they own Warner Brothers, which owns DC.
Oh, I didn't realize that they owned it
Yeah,
either.
it's
I guess
all
I didn't never
theirs.
think, never realized that.
Plus, I don't know if that's a good fit though, man. Because who knows if
Dude, it
that'll.
doesn't matter. It's just fucking businesses owning businesses now. Because DC
Yeah.
got bought out by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers got bought out by AT&T. Like it's
Yeah, I
just
How
know.
long has that been a thing? Has that been
a
for a
while.
long time?
Yeah.
Well, I worry for the like the comics part of it because it's like an industry that they're not really, that familiar with because they're mostly
Yeah,
into
but
other stuff.
let's be honest, comics are dying, and the only way comics last, these big comics, is through these giant companies. Like
I
they're
mean, maybe
people
we'll
aren't
see.
buying comics, so I mean, fucking Disney's looking at closing down Marvel, like just like yeah, we'll do movies. Like there's no reason to sell comics. Like
Well, I think where they missed that as far as comics go is, I mean, you look at something like Shonen Jump with there's no way they shouldn't have like a digital comic base that's popular. I mean, not saying that they don't have one. I know there's like I'm trying to think of the one that I use for Marvel and comics. I think it's called like Comic Zone or Comic something, Comic
Comic
Oz or
Zone,
something like that. Yeah,
Comic.
That's what it's called. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Well, I think
Like
they have their own app as well. They have like
yeah,
a comic
but I
zone.
mean, no one. It should have exclusive stuff there. It should
Mhm.
be the place like Shonen comics. There's not very other many places to get those. Like you can get them illegally, of course, on the internet. Yeah, but if you legally want to read that, you have to use their app or you have to go through them. So they need to figure out a way to capitalize off that, and it might be too late. They may have missed their mark. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks. It sucks though. I mean, I still I haven't bought a comic in a long time, but because I've been reading them digitally. But when I was buying them, I was buying them off Amazon. Like it's not like I was. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that they let it go that way.
I mean,
I'm
they
more
could
of a DC
still.
guy though when it comes to that kind of stuff, so it kind of doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I think there's still a market for like the printed stuff in trade paperbacks and collected formats. So I think the way they do it is they're probably gonna have to keep the digital plus the collection formats open, so they can have their people who like the physical stuff, and then the people who like the digital, and both. But yeah, sorry we veered very far off that one.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
what's next, Dustin?
Next thing up, we have Assassin's Creed's world premiere. It's going to be tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's April 30th, so we'll see Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
What? Jason Shaw ain't licked it yet.
Well, he did mention like he kind of had the scoop on it like for a while now. On Recent Era, he was always I don't know Recent Era, but I think on his own Kotaku when he was with them, he was giving away like hints that it's like a Viking uh Assassin's Creed time period, which is interesting.
Eh.
I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, it'll be
Real
interesting
quick,
because
what
we
the fuck you got a
yeah.
problem with my ancestors for, sir? Huh? You got a problem?
How long
You got a
How
problem?
long is it gonna take? How long is it gonna take before we get Assassin Ninjas, bro? Everybody wanted Japan. How long is it gonna take?
We'll get that eventually.
Bro, they came out with they did the same thing for Far Cry. Remember when they came out with the shit? What is it called? The poll or whatever, and they asked people what time period they wanted the most, and everybody was like dinosaurs. So they give you a game with everything but dinosaurs.
All
Well,
I'm
did
And
they?
then
saying,
they do the same. They do it with Assassin's Creed, and it's like
Valhalla,
Viking.
the Vikings are awesome. Crazy history, crazy traditions, beliefs, and
Yeah,
honestly, it'll be kind of cool to see how they play off all the religious and all that those angles, because we kind of like throw it through a generic lens, but like the Viking people were really crazy people. Did a lot of different things.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
nasty.
yeah, they were awesome though. Awesome. It's my
And,
ancestors, sir.
yeah,
That's where I
and
get my
it's
red
also
beard from. Damn Vikings.
and it's also like kind of competing with other games like Hellblade, which is also kind of Norse
Yeah.
inspired, or it takes place in the Norse area, and God of War, which went into that mythology very recently. So I'd be curious to see how it handles. It looks like it might be like a mix of the two, because I know the last Assassin's Creed Odyssey had fantastical elements in it. So I mean, not to say that Assassin's Creed never had that stuff, but it was a lot more pronounced like as of recent, like Origins and Odyssey. So they went a little bit more with fantasy stuff. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna handle that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. But like I said, I want ninjas. We ain't got ninjas yet. I don't know what they're making us wait for, and I don't know. I might skip this one,
Well,
honestly.
it's gonna be a huge game, because also the news that we have here is says an immense congratulations to our studio warriors for all the good work and passion building to that reveal. We'd also like to thank the 14 co-dev studios all around the world. You know who you are, and we're thankful for your dedication. So that's a lot of studios for there's like the main studio plus the 14 co-devs. So yeah, because these games are fucking huge, man. So I don't know. I hope it's not crazy bloated, but I have a feeling it's gonna be it's not gonna be a small game by any chance.
No, I mean that doesn't necessarily bother me, but I ain't gonna sit here and act like I finished all the last Assassin's Creed games and done every bit of them, cause I ain't. I ain't done none of them shits. But I mean, I want the ninja one. I think that if when the story's intriguing, I do more of it. Like the last one that I played all the way through and did everything. Get it? I want to say was Jesus Christ. I don't even, dude. It's been so long. I don't even know. Not Unity. What's the one after Unity? Not the brother and the sister. What's the one after that? That Origins?
Origins, the Egypt one.
Yeah, that's the one. Last one I played most of it. But I
Yeah,
mean, Etsy, all the Ezio games, all the way through, all the extra, did all the DLC. But for some reason, like I didn't like I didn't like Unity. I didn't like the one after that. I'm sure there's another one in there mixed in there I didn't like. I did Assassin's Creed 3. I like that one a lot. Connor.
hmm
I wasn't a fan of the pirate one. I don't know why, but I like the ships. I think it was too much ship shit.
hmm
Too many. The boat mechanics. Everyone loved being a pirate in that game. They're like, you should just make this a game. And did that game ever come out? Skull and Crossbones or whatever it was
No,
called.
no, not yet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
See, yeah. So I just wasn't a fan of that shit. So surprisingly, they people love that. I mean, Black Flag was huge. Surprised they didn't make a Black Flag 2 or some shit.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. I mean, I think the best you might get a remaster or like maybe some sort of like backwards compatible enhancement. But yeah, I mean, I like Black Flag. It's harder to go back to the style and format of the older AC games because they have a certain kind of style that it gets worn out over time because it's the same thing. And I mean, even the open world ones are have like that similar uh stuff to do fatigue, but at least they're more open, more dynamic, so they have more stuff to do. This one, I mean, I think it's as long as they have relevant quests and they make it interesting, but I just, you just know it's going to be like a collectathon plus, it's the usual Ubisoft formula. Like you'll have,
Yep.
yeah, like towers per se.
Well, didn't
You know,
the last one not have towers? I want to say that they didn't put that in their last,
no, I don't, I
like
don't,
their last two games.
I don't think so. I know, Odyssey. I mean, Origins had something similar to towers when you raid like certain settlements and you free people and stuff like that. So I mean, it all kind of goes back to Far Cry almost. Like so, it's like it has all the tropes of the same formula. They just mix it up with different settings and locales. Like Watch Dogs has like a similar thing, and AC, Ghost Recon. So that's why I think they had to reevaluate their studios and the way they did games because people I think are getting burned out on some of that stuff.
Hmm.
But I do
Yeah.
agree, assassins versus ninjas, that would pretty dope. That would,
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I don't understand why this hasn't happened yet.
yeah. I mean, considering assassins are pretty much ninjas, so they're like,
And yeah, it makes sense. Or it's something that makes sense. I mean, you almost would get like Tenchu. You know what I mean? You get Tenchu basically,
mm,
and the boss fights in that game. Ooh, Jesus, that'd be great.
yeah,
There's so much stuff that they could have done. I don't understand why they just didn't find a dope time period or something that's relevant to that time period that fans would want, and they haven't done it yet. I don't understand. We want ninjas. We want ninjas, bruh.
what
Stop
about
bullshitting.
like samurai too?
Samurai ninjas. That's all the same thing, man. Come on. It's all the same shit. I don't know.
Well, no, samurai more like they're more like soldiers, like more like I guess compared to
Yeah,
like
well, yeah. Ninjas were like the ones that they sent in. Like, there's way less ninjas than there are samurai, right? Is that correct? They're like
samurai.
the ones that they sent. They're like the SWAT team of the I guess the Japanese military back then.
Yeah,
That sound accurate?
I guess I guess they're like this. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
they send like or more like let's see. Uh,
Like infiltrator spies.
yeah, basically, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
trying to think what we would call that in American uh, lore. I guess you would call it whatever the fuck you would call it. Not straight up regular soldier. I guess like a CIA agent almost, like CIA
yeah,
basically.
NSA or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, we sidetracked there for a little bit. What we got next? I don't want to spend too much time on Assassin's Creed.
You just hate
We
my
got
people. All
No,
right.
I mean, I think the Viking game will be cool.
I know, just
I'm
messing
not
with
saying
you.
that it won't be. I know you are, but I'm not saying it wouldn't be cool. But I don't understand what's taking so
No,
long. I
like
mean, they
at this
talked
point,
about the
I'll put
ninja
it this
game,
way:
like,
like the next Forza Horizon needs to fucking take place in Tokyo. The next
yeah,
fucking
like,
Assassin's Creed needs to be in fucking Japan. Like everybody wants. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Norse mythology. Like it's fucking great. Like there's plenty of room with like the fucking alien shit and to play with like Norse mythology and like make a really cool Assassin's Creed game with it. But we've been waiting for ninjas for a while, and it
Yeah,
just works because it's assassins. Like it's a logical step, and
yeah,
like honestly, everybody kind of wanted like we want to kind of see like a modern day Assassin's Creed based in Tokyo. Like just do it, and then he could be going back to fucking whatever dynasty or whatever. Like, but just have like we want that kind of modern take. Like, and we want ninjas. And we just have not gotten it yet. Because I
yeah,
always thought when they did their like because building up all the past and then going into the future and actually finally get to the future, I thought they were going to end up in like fucking Japan.
mm.
I think it just made sense for the story to drive that way. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. I do feel like Horizon and Assassin's Creed. There's nowhere else to go but Japan. Anything else will be just like they're just kind of fucking with people now, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, for Horizon makes sense for Japan just because it's. Don't get me wrong. I think South America would also be a really cool place to go, like do Brazil or do something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
we kind of we've had the forest situation. We kind of want the like more street racing and more Japan's
Yeah.
kind of like Tokyo would be perfect for that, like really tall buildings and an awesome like setting for the next Horizon game because it's
Yeah.
it's a certain type of racing.
Yeah, like mountainous, Mount
Mhm.
Fuji style
Yeah.
tracks, and yeah, that'd be pretty dope. I mean,
But yeah,
plus there's also
it feels like we just haven't gotten many Japanese based like location games recently.
mm-hmm. Well, it'd be nice to have Forza back in the U.S. as well, because that was like
Yeah.
where it kind of first started in Colorado style area, so
Yeah.
like kind of like a cruising USA maybe type of thing.
All right. So let me pull the band-aid off this topic. 'Cause we're all getting upset. Streets of Rage 4 will release on April 30th, guys. Got bad
Yep.
news. It's only 2-player online. It's up to 4-player local, but only 2-player online.
That sucks.
Yeah. Now I'm curious because it says 2-player online. Can I have two people on the same console, and it's just one, two consoles online at the same time? You know what I mean? So they have two, I have two, but we're all only on two consoles. Will that work?
That's a good question.
I would love for that to actually be a thing because then you can't tell me it's a fucking latency thing. Like it's just like like there's only two consoles, still the same fucking data, the same speeds.
Mm-hmm.
Like let me play with my friends. But the awesome thing is it's on Game Pass starting tomorrow.
Yeah, and they finally revealed the price, which is $24.99.
Yeah, it's not bad. If I really like it on Xbox, I might pick it up on Switch.
Switch would be perfect for that too.
Yeah.
Because the way I mean local four player co-op for Switch is like it's perfect because you could just bring it with you and well I was gonna say go to work but depending on where you work I guess and how that's going on right now but yeah I mean I'll for sure gonna be like $30 or something but 25 is still pretty good.
It's a good price. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
It comes with a ton of stuff too.
Yeah, I saw the news article. I was like, man, okay, I got to spend 25. But oh wait, I don't. It's awesome.
Well, luckily, even though my Game Pass is expired, I have Microsoft points built up, which I was gonna buy some stuff on sale that was on sale this week, like the Monster Hunter expansion and Dead or Alive 6, I think. But I was like, you know what? I'll just save.
How much is that Monster Hunter expansion?
I think it's like $31. It's a pretty good deal. It's
Was that a full priced like $60?
Yeah, it was. It's pretty much like almost like I heard like a brand new Monster Hunter game. Just how big it was. well, for $30, that's not bad. That's a good DLC sequel, pretty much. A lot of sales games too this week. I know we didn't go over it, but there's a huge sale this week on Xbox games.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Next and final news item before. Well, there's something else we're going to cover, but the unannounced project at the initiative runs on Unreal Engine 4 and features various weapons, gadgets, and camera surveillance systems. This makes sense given most of Xbox game studios work with the same engine and share tech and knowledge. So it'll be an Unreal 4 game. But what does that sound like to y'all? Gadgets, weapons, and surveillance cameras?
I mean, unless it's Splinter Cell, it's got to be
working on Perfect Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just maybe. It might be Perfect Dark. Honestly, like if they rebooted the whole thing, which I would imagine they would do, like that, like the amount of talent they just shoved into that studio, it would be a pretty fucking amazing game. Like you could have like a really just strong female character that's a real badass and with really cool gadgets, and I can't wait. But then now I'm thinking of fucking Splinter Cell because your ass had to bring up Splinter Cell, and now I'm thinking of Splinter Cell with ray tracing and how amazing that would be.
Yeah, that would be pretty dope. Yeah, this was from Clover on Twitter because he kind of tends to look into leaks and go into their databases and whatever he does to get the information out of them. So this one's from LinkedIn, a LinkedIn I guess profile or something because they were kind of showing the stuff they're doing on the game with developers. So this was a pretty good little find. I wonder if it's gonna be like Hitman or something like that because Hitman's has a lot of good stealth elements, and you can do like multiplayer stuff with that as well. I just hope it's not like a huge multiplayer element that overshadows the single player. But yeah, we'll see. We're curious to see how the initiative is gonna tackle Perfect Dark. That's gonna be very cool.
Yeah. Are you stoked for another Perfect Dark, Steph?
I am. I mean, I don't want to get myself hyped up because I feel like every single time someone's like, "Hey, at D3 this year," I mean, it happened like 4 E3s in a row. It felt like so. I'll wait to get hype. I mean, yeah, man. Show me them night vision goggles. Just all I need to do is hear the sound. 2 second clip. Here it go. Make the sound, and then you got me. You got me. That's all I need. And then bring back the old sound. Get rid of the other dude. You know what I mean? Bring my guy back. And yeah. I mean, I recently went back and played the last Splinter Cell with the original character, voice actor in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember what that one's called. The one that some people didn't like because it was all action based, which I love that one. But Jesus, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But they made it backwards compatible right before they did Blacklist, or right when they did Blacklist. But anyway, those are still great games, man. So if anybody's out there hasn't played them, you go back and play those games. They're really good games. We need a good stealth game right now. Yeah, they do. I mean, I can't really think of another stealth game right now that's popular.
Was it Conviction? Conviction, those ones?
Yeah, Conviction. That's what it is.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
You like that one too?
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely different. I mean, he was more like almost like a Jason Bourne style, like Splinter Cell than like a Metal Gear or I guess more like a 24. I don't know. It's hard. It's one of those type of things, but yeah, that and Blacklist were really good. Although I really liked Double Agent as well.
You like Blacklist?
I love Blacklist. It's a great game.
Really? I didn't play it. I was boycotting.
Me and Eric actually played it.
Is that one co-op?
Yeah, it's co-op. That's cool.
Yeah, I just felt like it came out at the wrong time. It was one of those weird 2013 games, right?
I think so, but I got it with my graphics card at the time, so it was one of those. Yep, free game. It was awesome.
Yeah, and it's like X enhanced now, so it looks fucking
Yeah, it
amazing.
looks really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to see how much that is.
It was on.
Sure,
What's
I
I
think
can.
it's
funny
on
is
sale.
that's one series that you can play from the first game to the very last game right now, all on Xbox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know PlayStation 3 had that collection, but I heard it wasn't very good.
You know what?
Um,
Talk about PlayStation real quick.
yes, yes,
Segue.
What
Yeah.
about?
yes.
Man, them leaks. Them leaks. Water
Oh,
just squirting everywhere. Like it's tsunami. Like motherfucker thought he sprung a leak, but fucking the ocean rose up. And The Last of Us 2 is out. Like everything about it is out. So if you were looking forward to playing it and don't want to be spoiled, just get off the internet.
have
For
you
a
seen
while.
spoilers? I haven't seen any. Thank God.
Man, I know everything that happens in that game apparently. Like
Don't spoil anything, please.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I will say what I've seen makes me not want to play the game, which sucks because I
Is
was
it the
looking.
gameplay or the
I
story?
can't tell you because I'd be spoiling it.
No, I'm
Man,
saying what you've
this
seen. Is it
first
the
of all,
gameplay
I'll
or
put
is
it
it
this
the
way:
story?
The Last of Us, the original, is an amazing game. The gameplay was not good. It was the
No.
story that made that game. You moved fucking like racks. That's what you
I
did. The
think
shooting was subpar. It was
yeah.
alright. Like
I think the sound
there is
design was pretty good.
nothing in that game other than story, maybe the sound a little bit, that
Yeah, it was.
fucking made it worth that made it good. Like it was just like whatever, but it was a vessel for a fucking beautiful, amazing story. And it worked. And it deserves all the praise in the world for it, like the writers do. But I'm sorry. Like that game, I'm sorry. The shooting is not great. The looting is okay. The crafting's it's adequate. It's fine. Like it's not bad. It's just there's nothing to like really go. Man, the crafting system was really cool. No, you just made potions essentially, and fucking you just kept going and you kept shooting. It was the story and the voice acting that made that fucking game. Like that shit was amazing, and they deserve all the credit in the world to make that game a success. But yeah, like if the story is what it is, I'm not interested in really playing it. And
So you don't like the story of it. That's what I was trying to get out of you earlier before you started ranting a little
I'm
bit
just
there.
saying, like
I
it's
was
it's
curious
not like there's
if you,
gameplay there to hold me over to make me
but
want to play it now. Like, because the
Dustin,
gameplay
you're
doesn't
gonna
matter.
do, are you gonna say that you don't think the gameplay's gotten better since then?
I don't have faith in them. No.
I mean, have you played Uncharted 4?
Yeah, it's okay.
Really, you just think the Uncharted 4 is okay?
I think it's competent. It's a
I
good.
think the story in Uncharted 4 is good besides the retconning of the brother, but
I just look. There's
yeah.
better third-person shooters out there. That's all I'm saying. There's better cover shooters.
Yeah, but I think
There's way better cover shooters.
the blend of their story and the gameplay is pretty good. To me.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from. I understand, but I think the story holds up the gameplay a lot more than the gameplay holds up the story. Like
Ah.
I'll put it this way: Gears 5 fucking plays fantastically. Feels great when you're playing through
Yeah.
campaign. You might not like parts of it or whatever. I think the campaign's really good, but even like Gears 4,
It is.
it played really good. Like the controls felt right. Essentially, they went away from Judgment, went back to 3. But it feels good. Halo 5, people weren't the hugest fans of the story, but the gameplay was fucking on point. People loved the multiplayer. Now, of course,
Yeah, I will argue that and the gameplay in the campaign or the single player or whatever isn't as good as it is in the multiplayer, even though it's the same game basically. But you don't really respect how good the gameplay is until you play it in multiplayer. If
there's
that
no
makes any sense.
multiplayer of Last of Us 2.
No, there's no multiplayer, but I don't care about multiplayer
I'm just
in
saying,
that
like,
game.
there's no, like, the mechanics. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Like,
The game's going to get like a 95 on Metacritic. So
oh,
I'm not saying that.
this.
Not saying that I care.
I
but
know. I just don't like with all the. I'm not sure if it will. Like if if all these leaks are true and pretty much we have fucking video evidence showing that they are, I don't think it's gonna score that high.
Well, also
I think at 90, but I don't know.
That's still
still really good. I just don't think it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna get hurt, and this is gonna like all the. And don't get me wrong, I'm not supporting like anybody leaking fucking like the entire game like they did. Like it's kind of a travesty. I feel bad for the people at the initiative that wanted like to get bonuses because this is going to hurt sales.
The initiative
well,
at the Naughty Dog.
Yeah, I still got the initiative article up, so it's fucking with me. But yeah, Naughty Dog, like those people are like fucking.
Yeah, I mean, how many years? Yeah, how many years they spent on their life?
Yeah.
Working on that game just to have it spoiled.
It's fine. I don't think that's.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the art of it.
I think the issue is the sales numbers because motherfucker, like at the end of the day, like you're like, yep, the game's out, it's gonna be awesome. I need my check. I want my bonus. I want to buy, trying to put down payment on a house.
But most bonuses through game development, it's not through sales. It's through Metacritic. It's like what their game's rated. A lot of them they get that bonus.
I think it's both.
I mean, yeah, it's a combination of both, but I mean, come on, let's be honest. This game's not going to sell any less than what it did. Just because a few people won't. No, bro.
My thing is that it's out there really early. Like this, like I know you're trying not to get spoiled, but you got a long fucking time before.
No. I mean, I know. Obviously, I know there was some stuff that. I mean, I seen the trailer.
Not even
E3.
like some stuff. Like like this dude tells you everything. Like we know.
No, is it a guy talking or is it a what?
Oh, it's all text, but we also got video, like
text.
him posting video of the game, like the ending, the fucking like the beginning, like an hour in to show you what happens for that big plot twist. Like they show everything. Like he's just fucking taking them to the cleaners because he's like fuck Naughty Dog. Like,
this dude's gonna get sued, bro.
Yeah, like he has spoiled the game entirely.
He ruined his job.
There's no nothing. Like, there's just the story, and the story is what people want. And now that it's out there, it's going to hurt its sales. Because, like, you got people like me, I was fucking super hyped for this game.
Yeah,
now that I know the direction that they're going with it, and I know exactly what happened, it's going to make me want to fucking wait to buy that game.
Yeah, but, okay.
A lot.
I had Gears 5 spoiled for me before I got to finish the game.
Yeah,
I knew that I was going to have to make a choice at the end of the game.
I can't explain why I think this is going to do it without spoiling it, because I think it's going to review badly because of where the direction they're going with the game.
Yeah, I know about that stuff. I mean, obviously, I'm in this gaming community, so yes, people talk about that stuff. But you could grasp from the first trailer that they showed.
Right, real quick, we're gonna,
at E3.
So you know everything that's happening, right?
Well, I mean, for the most part, I didn't read. I didn't read. No, I read none of the leaks, but just by being in. I was
gonna say we could do an after show and talk about it for a minute, but no.
I don't want to be spoiled on the game. I don't know any of the story beats, but I do know why a certain group of people are upset about the game. But if you paid attention to the first trailer that they showed at E3, you know that this is the direction that they were going to go in.
Not I mean, it gives you. Sir.
I mean, come on, bro.
Not this.
Besides maybe who the enemy. Besides who the. Let me just finish my statement real quick, and then we can move on. Besides who the enemy is, I mean, obviously you don't know who you're going afterwards.
Now we do.
But you know, I mean, yes. But you know why. You know why. You get an idea of why just because of the trailer.
Yeah.
And if you can't come to terms with that, and you didn't even play the first one's DLC because you know what kind of person the main character is in this game. So I don't understand why people are so upset about that. And I just say get over it. Don't play it if you don't want to play it. Don't ruin it for everyone because you believe a certain thing. And just let it go. Let people enjoy a video. It's a video game. A video game. Yeah. I mean, seeing dudes like that, such fanboys for certain things, change their mind and cancel their pre-orders and stuff because of what
I'm
they
not saying I'm
believe
gonna
in.
not play it.
No,
I'm
no,
just
not
gonna.
not you in
Yeah.
particular. I'm saying that there's people that I've heard on podcasts, or not even heard, just that comment on podcasts that or they, super chat on the podcast I listen to, and how they all over this game like a month or two ago, and now they have want nothing to do with it because someone's sexual orientation blows my mind.
First of all, it has nothing to do with the sexual orientation that people are upset online. Nothing. And I can't go beyond that without spoiling it. It literally has nothing to do with sexual orientation.
Maybe not while they're mad,
No.
but
You
that's
really
part of
can't
it.
talk if you don't know the fucking without spoiling it. You can't really talk about it. Like it's not. It has nothing to do with that.
Okay. Well, I
Like,
do know. I'm trying. I'm trying not to say certain things because I did
because
hear.
we
I
don't
don't know how much of
honestly
it's
we don't
true.
want to
I didn't
spoil
read
it.
the leak.
We don't.
I didn't read.
I'll be
I
very
didn't read
clear
the
to our
leak.
listeners. We don't want to spoil it for y'all. Like honestly, I
No,
don't
we
think it's
gotta put
cool.
out.
Like I don't think it's cool that it fucking leaked. I would have rather been upset and been like, man. And then honestly, the fact that I was told through a fucking Twitter post literally
Were you
destroys them
were you
narrative.
tagged in it?
Huh? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I was
Yes.
no, but it was like, oh, guys, watch out for this. Bam, and then somebody would comment right below instantly and just went, spoiler, drop
Yeah.
it, spoiler here. Like it was, people were just throwing out every spoiler under like any link, so you have to be really careful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I would
And
recommend spoiling it already for yourself.
yeah,
So you
because
won't
right now, like
deal
there
it with
could
it.
have been a good plot device to make these spoiled things like actually work and make it a good game. But now that it's been like explained like beforehand, like there's no way to unknow it, and to experience it how they originally envisioned you coming to terms with it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, what do you think about it, Will? I mean, you haven't really spoke on it much.
I mean, I did read the spoilers. I
You
kind
did?
of sorted out because I'm not really that into the franchise. I mean, I have the game on PS4, the first one, the remaster. I haven't played it yet, but I mean, I played a little bit of it, but I still haven't really been all into it. But
Wow.
yeah, but the spoilers. I mean, I don't like the way they took the direction of it. Looking at the spoilers, but I don't know if 100% is true. Some of the stuff I've read, so I'd have to see what the actual ending is. But I mean, I'm sure
I seen nothing about the ending. I only seen why she's doing what the I guess the beat one of the beats possibly, and who the enemy is, and you know a couple other things. I don't want to. There's no way of saying it without giving it away. But
destroying it, yeah.
yeah. So, but I didn't realize the ending was spoiled. I just thought maybe
That game has
like
been fucking ripped apart at this point.
well, I mean, obviously, whenever some people did like
No,
a
I
show
agree
on
with
it, and
you.
they were
Like
talking
they're
about.
like
I didn't realize that whenever they were talking about they were getting mad at Naughty Dog. I mean, I've seen people even mad that because you see her in the trailer. They're saying like, why are they making it? She was a sweet little girl in the first game. Now she's all buff and she looks like a man now. Like,
well,
I mean,
I think it's earned just the way Clementine grew up, and like we love Clement. Like Clem in The Walking Dead, I love Clem. She's an amazing character that we saw grow from a little girl to, well, she was in her late teens in the last game. Like Clem's awesome, and she earned to be a badass by the end of it.
no,
And I'll say the same thing about Ellie. Ellie fucking went through a lot of shit. Like she deserves to be
yeah.
a badass in Last of Us 2. There's no reason she shouldn't be fucking buff in a world of zombies running around nonstop.
That's what I was gonna say. She's in a damn.
She's
She's
earned
in a
it.
real pandemic.
Like don't get me wrong. If this was like game one and she never earned anything, and it was just like, yeah, the monster apocalypse happened and she's bent like deadlifting like 1,000 pounds, you'd be like, oh, this is just stupid. But it's not. It's not what she's doing. She's just fucking living in the post-apocalypse. Of course she's gonna be Debo after and she's earned it for fucking going on an adventure like through The Last of Us 1. That shit is just fucking stupid. Like that's like characters do evolve. They and it's fine that she fucking evolves as a character.
Yeah.
And like, I think the characters need to earn it, and there's no way you can tell me that she didn't in the first game. Like, it's stupid to fucking think that she was just going to be this little helpless girl.
Did you play the DLC too?
Yeah, I did.
Hmm.
I love The Last of Us 1. I think it's an amazing story. The DLC was really good. Like I said, like, I don't think the gameplay is amazing, but that doesn't matter to me. That's not what I love. The fucking Walking Dead. There's like, that gameplay is fucking garbage.
You should play Detroit Become Human. I think you'd like that game. You played that?
Yeah, I have it. I gotta play it.
It's good.
But yeah, I mean, it's about, like, I love a really good story, and like, if it's all that really matters to me. Like, if the gameplay is acceptable, even down to the Walking Dead level, if it's a great story, I'll play it. Like,
yeah, you definitely should play Detroit Become Human. Hearing you say that about The Walking Dead, you should definitely play Detroit Become Human. It's good.
But I will say,
the story was way better than I thought it was. Go ahead.
Clem's the best character. Period. She's amazing. Clem's awesome.
Yeah, but I do think it's interesting that this leak almost kind of forced Sony to kind of update, not the update, but put the game out. Yeah, put the game out like sooner than before. So I mean, I don't know. They're saying about the physical sales suffering, but I don't know if that really. I mean, yes, it matters, but I think putting
does.
it out.
I'll be honest. It makes me consider like, knowing what I know, I'm tempted to wait and not play it on launch. That's what they fear. By having this news out there for so long, they have to get the game out. So I'll be like, fuck it, I'll play it. I want to experience it. Like you were saying, stuff like this. It's about the experience, and like, having that shit spoiled, it does, change my opinion. It's gonna alter how I view the game, but. Because you're going to always be waiting for these plot points to hit. You're always going to be waiting for everything to kind of go down, and you wouldn't have that if you.
That's how I felt when I played Gears 5. Like, when I figured out that the choice you had to make at the end, I didn't realize it was I didn't know it was going to be like the right at the very, very end. So the whole game I'm waiting for.
Well, I hope you didn't care about your choice, sir, because they've already decided on which choice was right.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair that they did that, because I didn't pick what they picked.
Yeah.
You think maybe they took like the achievements and see how many people beat it? And
Maybe
but I mean, I honestly, at this point, I don't mind spoiling it, because game's been out a while. It's on Game Pass. Everybody could have played it. Fucking, you can either choose, what was it, JD or man, what's his name?
Jesus Christ, are you serious?
Who's your boy? He was annoying. I always just
Dell.
Dell, dude, you're getting the Dell. I didn't pick Dell. I picked JD.
Yeah, I picked JD. I was like, I had more, like, and here's the thing, it was earned. I had more experience with JD because I had a whole fucking game before that learning about JD. And then they tried to turn JD into some kind of fucking monster in 5, which, we've complained about. Like, I didn't like it.
I liked his art. It makes sense.
But they were like, he threw, like, bomb, like, he shot at these protesters. It was like, yeah, but they were throwing fucking Molotov cocktails at him. Like, of course he was going to shoot at him. Like, they were literally throwing fire bombs at him. But it was just like, I can't believe you did that, JD. It was like, what the fuck do you mean? He was he was saving his own life. Like, it was just dumb plot.
He's basically Marcus. I mean, he's Marcus made over, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what was Marcus at the first time you play as him in Gears 1?
Then Dell, I don't think got developed enough. Like, I just didn't care.
No, I did like it. For me, it was a hard choice, but I only the reason why I picked JD for the main. I mean, I did like him a little better, just a tad bit, but I also, I didn't want to see Marcus hurt, man. To be honest with you, like, I cared more about the original characters.
Marcus is going through way too much shit at this point.
Yeah,
he lose his son too.
Like, that's why I was like, I felt like I did pick Dell, but only because I felt it makes
kick
sense.
You out of Discord.
Well, I felt like it made sense for for Kate, because she was spent more time with Dell in this journey, and then JD was kind of, you know, he he turned him a little bit more like weird, but they did make up later on. But I don't know, but I do like it's like you guys saying like it sucks to have Marcus lose somebody else. So I was like, yeah, I guess in the end I should have just probably just picked JD because like it'll be too much loss for like one character.
Honestly, I think they should have made you pick. Like they should have fucking decided.
Yeah, I didn't like it like that decision because it gives you a freedom of choice that you're not sure if they're gonna follow up upon. So like it's not like a Mass Effect game where you or RPG where you
I did like being able, like whenever it happened, I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, that's what they're
So
talking about. Like,
I
I wasn't
think
expecting it. I like that.
you know what I agree with you, Will. They should have had 3 colors. And then like you could have had the robot ending where the robots and the humans became one and fought, or you could have had just the robots win and kill all
the
the humans
robots.
and the bad guys. If
I
you
don't know.
don't
I don't
realize
know.
what I'm saying, Mass Effect 3 had 3 colored endings.
Oh, okay. I thought they meant like
One was where the AI won, one was where organics won, and one was where it was a mixture of the two.
yes, I know what you mean now.
And
Yeah,
they could have
but
just had the 3 colors, just like Mass Effect. JD could have been red. Dell could have been green.
oh
And then,
man.
I don't know, Kate could have been blue. And then Kate could have died.
And well, I wonder if they're gonna switch protagonists again in Halo. I mean Halo Gears.
I don't know. I
That's
loved Kate in Gears 5. I thought she was fucking amazing. She had a good arc.
mm,
It was a fun story. I wouldn't mind playing more through Kate's eyes and seeing her perspective on it. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, like you would have to. I'll put it this way: I didn't like Dell that much, and the fact that they killed JD or they killed Dell, that means the only alternative option is coming up with a brand new character or
mm.
playing a game again as Kate, because how do we really know which one survived? Like they're now side characters to this game.
Yeah, it does kind of wreck the team dynamic that they had. Plus, Foz was in this one, so they kind of completed the 4-man team, or whatever. So
I
it
mean, have him
was a
lose an
weird.
arm and a leg and like half of his torso, and then he could be half robot, half man. Like, just do it. It fits in the universe. There was be no issue with that.
Mm.
Maybe that they will do that. Maybe fucking one of them will just be a cyborg version of themselves in Gear 6.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
But Last of Us, yeah, like that leak was bad. I feel bad for at the same time I get why they leaked it. I don't think it was the right option to leak it though. Like
Mm.
the work conditions at Naughty Dog were complete shit, and it was terrible for the people, and like this has kind of been blowing up in their face for the last year, like different issues and different things, and this kind of takes the cake and takes all the wind out of their
No.
sails in a lot of ways. So I kind of I feel bad for the
I feel like
developers
this
at
it
Naughty Dog.
hurts. Yeah, I think it hurts the wrong people
Yeah.
in this. The guy who leaked this because he didn't get what he wanted.
We don't know
I
if it's
feel
a
like
guy. Just want to
guy
say,
or
we're being
girl or
very
whatever.
gender biased here.
When I say guy, I don't mean man.
I
I
know
mean
you mean
I mean
yeah,
person.
person.
Yeah. So the person who did this, I feel like they didn't hurt the right people.
How do you know they identify as a person? It could be an attack helicopter. That's why
No,
they
no,
blew
no.
all this shit up over
They
the
have to
fucking
identify
internet.
as a person. They have to.
They have to.
Do not that they have to identify as a person.
Okay. Oh man. All right. I guess have you been watching anything lately?
Yes, I've been watching Big Mouth on Netflix.
How is it, sir?
It's really, really, really funny and good. It's like the Rick and Morty meets The Simpsons meets a children's TV show because it's middle schoolers who are having hormone rages, and it's really great. I like it a lot. So check that out if you need a show to watch on Netflix. Also, your boy been watching Hunter X Hunter. You know what I mean? But every time I watch an episode, I feel like my kids are like trolling. They come up to me and they're like, "You ain't seen that yet? You ain't got there
You ain't get
yet?"
there? Huh? Dad, what did you think about the shh?
I know, right? Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I watched some Black Clover. I'm really enjoying this art. Getting some good shit going on. What else have I been watching? I started watching My Hero Academia again. Like I got
My guy, the
I
new
got
season, the new season, right? Or you haven't seen it at all?
well yeah well I'm at I just did episode 77, so
Yeah,
I'm a little bit
that's a
huh
new season. That's a new season.
yeah, but I still got like 10 episodes ahead, I guess, or something like that. So I'm stoked that I was able to pile them up. And now I could fucking binge My Hero Academia, so it's kind of awesome. Um, I'm still watching Plunderer for our friend Infinity Line out there. Uh,
Nice.
it is pretty good. I'm enjoying this the new like because they went back in time so they go to high school. I know it's anime, we know, but it seems like they're going to be leaving high school soon though. But it's like they had to have 4 episodes that are about high school. What else? I already talked about Cautious Hero. I finished that up. I really enjoyed that, and I need to know when the next season, The Devil is a Part Timer, comes out. I want it. I need it. It needs to be in my life. But that's honestly that's all I've been watching.
I feel the same way about Mob Psycho. I need that back.
Mob Psycho's amazing. Have you ever watched my The Devil's a Part Timer though?
No, you mentioned it on before. I need to check it out.
It's funny and worthwhile. It's a really good anime, really well drawn. It's awesome. All right, well, please lead us out, sir, on what have you been playing or watching?
Um, what else have I been watching? Nothing really all that interesting, man, to be honest with you. Just like on Netflix, The End of the Fucking World. Uh,
I told you to watch that shit. What do you think?
well, my girlfriend got me into it, so I was like,
Are you gonna give me my props?
well, I wasn't. I don't remember you said.
I said that on like 10 episodes straight.
I'm
Dustin, you
sorry.
remember me saying this, right?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. So, I props to you.
It's based
I
off
mean,
a comic. It's a comic book TV show. I haven't read the comic book yet, but I'm gonna go and read it.
oh, okay. I mean, it starts off kind of like it's like trying a little too hard to be edgy, but then it kind of gets better from what I've seen. So because there's like an interesting twist that happens. Uh,
Mhm.
so I'm not that far in, maybe like 4 or 5 episodes, but
Oh
it
yeah, it's
it
great, buddy.
it is
You'll
it
love
is it does get better over time. So and it's like a
this
British
British.
show. Well, yeah. I mean, where are they? They're not. Where are they located in?
I don't know where they're at, but they don't have accents, and both the I you know why I watched it, because the main character was she's the little girl from It,
Mhm.
and then the guy that's her neighbor, he's also in the same It movie. So
Are you sure it's the same thing we're watching?
yeah, end of the fucking world.
So there's a US
Oh
version.
wait! I know exactly what you're watching, but there's another show called it has the same, it has the F word in it. So I'm thinking of
Uh,
that one. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. End of the fucking world. Is that with the guy who's crazy? Like the
yeah, I
guy's
guess.
crazy and he meets the girl?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I watched that too. That's pretty good too. They're really short episodes though, right? Aren't they? Like
Yeah, they're like
15
half an hour.
minutes?
Yeah, something like that. They're pretty short.
I feel like they're like 15 minutes long or something. Yeah,
It feels that way.
that's pretty good too.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like that show too. I watched that a while back. Yeah,
So
you need to
where?
watch the other show I was telling you about.
So that's on Netflix as well.
Yeah, it's called I'm Not Okay with This. But it has like like a they bleep out like the F word in the you can tell that it's gonna it's say I'm not O F N K with this.
Uh,
I'm not O fucking K. I don't know how they're saying it, but whatever.
yeah.
It's the way they want to write it. I don't know why they name it that, but yeah, it's called I'm Not Okay with This. It's based off a comic book. You need to watch it though. It's kind
Okay.
of like the same thing what you're
Hmm.
talking about. It's like if that was a comic book and someone
Hmm.
had superpowers, basically.
Okay.
One of them has superpowers, and yeah, it's the same thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the main character's the girl instead of the boy.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up.
That one's good too. But yeah, your girlfriend's got good taste. That's a really good TV show. I like that one. I don't know who told me to watch it. I think it was All Day. He put it on Twitter.
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago. I don't think that's who did that.
Oh,
But
okay.
anyway, would you watch anything else?
No, nothing anime wise.
Any
So, I
like
don't know.
movies?
None. I don't think I've seen any movies lately. I do want to see Terminator Dark Fate. I might rent that. But I hear it's like.
Oh, I know what we can talk about that we didn't mention. Sorry to cut you off, but it has to do with movies. The AMC and Regal Cinema said they're not going to be showing any more Universal Picture movies in their theaters at all. Did you guys see
I
that?
read about that. Yeah, that's pretty. That's a dumb move on their part. Because
Who's there? Who you saying?
AMC.
Theater?
The theater. Yeah, theater.
It's AMC and Regal now, both of them.
Yeah, that's stupid. Don't do that. You're just kind of undercutting a huge bunch of movies just to make a stupid statement.
I mean, I get it if like you reopened and they weren't doing well, and it's like it's not worth it for us to keep the theater open for that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if people could still go see it in the theater, even though it's out where you can get it on demand, then why not take that fucking money? It just feels silly before you know for sure that people won't go to the theater to see it to like fucking kill it off.
Exactly.
Yep. And I want to see what the long term effects of this is going to be because I was that the only studio that released. Like, cause I remember I watched the Invisible Man. I don't remember if that's a Universal movie or not. There was a few movies that went straight to digital platforms.
Yeah.
It's weird that they're. Man, maybe it's just them. I don't know. I need to look into that. We'll talk about that part next week. But I just think it's weird that they're choosing to not show any of their movies. When I guarantee you, if there was a damn Disney movie, if the next Iron Man movie was about to drop, they wouldn't have waited. They wouldn't have delayed it if it was like a week into this and they started shutting down theaters. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have waited. They would have put it on Disney Plus. And maybe you would have been able to buy it or something. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that's fair. That because what's the last big movie that Universal's had? You know what I mean? They're not like just such a huge company that they're not like on the level of like a Disney or a Warner Brothers. They're not releasing some huge superhero movie.
Are they doing the
they had
Godzilla movies?
Fast and the Furious is theirs.
Okay, that's huge. But their last movie was
Doctor Dolittle, Pets 2, Minions, the Fast Saga. I'm just going through their shit real quick.
Yeah.
The Invisible Man. Yeah, so we know that.
Okay,
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World's them? They're crazy.
Bond films are them apparently.
Are they Godzilla too, or was that different company?
I think they do. I'm not sure. Going through Glass. I mean, Universal has a lot of fucking movies.
I didn't realize they were fast. I didn't realize they were fast. And Jurassic World was huge. That did more than the last superhero movie that came out around that time. I forgot which one it was. I think it was Avengers, the second or third Avengers movie. But anyway, that movie was huge. That's crazy.
Yeah, what do they think the companies are going to do though if there's no theater around? It's like you got to find a way to somehow get your movies out. So especially if the theaters are down for at least a month, like a couple months or something. So that's like it's a stupid thing to like not protest, but like to not take their movies in the theaters and show them that's stupid.
Well, I don't know, man. I really just want to. I want to know what's going to happen. How's this going to affect the next Jurassic Park movie? Because I go out and see those.
Like if I was seeing them in AMC or Regal. What's the other one? Lowe's. Lowe's is the only other one that.
Bro, I don't know. Here, there's all we have. We have one AMC theater, and everything else is Regal.
Yeah, same here.
They said Marcus theaters are not banning Universal movies yet.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I've never been to a Marcus theater.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane. Well, yeah, I mean that's one of the movies that I take my kids to go see. Like we'll go see we went and seen the last Jurassic movie, and we always buy them when they come out or download them or whatever, stream them or whatever. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
You
Well,
don't have to go to a Marcus theater. They're not actually too far away. I mean, it's an hour drive to get to one, but
shit. Not everybody's gonna be doing that. Like whenever like you watching a movie and they're like in theaters near you, like you never think that you actually have to like look for an actual theater near you. You're just you assume that it's gonna be there. That's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be a thing when the next one comes out.
Yeah,
Now, I don't watch the Fast movies, so that does nothing for me. But I would have seen this Invisible Man in theater because I wanted to go see it. I asked my woman if she'd go see it with me. She said no. So I waited, and then it came out digitally, and I watched it that way. And I would see the Jurassic Park movies whenever they come out in theater. And I don't remember what else she said. There's probably something else in there that I'd watch, but this is it's interesting. I can't believe every other theater, or not theater, but production company or whatever the hell they're called, movie studios. I can't believe every other one of them decided they weren't just going to delay everything, or they weren't going to release it early. Like I don't get that.
Yeah,
like nobody decided to do it sooner.
Dude, this movie theater looks pretty banging. Like they got full food options, like fucking beer. Oh man, this looks really good. I might have to do this.
I've never been to one of those. We have one in the mall here. There's like it's the movie theater. Like they have like beer and wine, and you get like it's not like seats. There's like couches and shit. Never done that before
like a whole
though.
like real chip platter, like fucking nachos
stripper
and stuff like
poles.
that. Yeah, it's fucking
A real chicken sandwich.
Yeah, real chicken sandwich. Yeah, it's sliders. Like
yeah, you can get a steak too. You can get a fucking steak at the movie theater now. Sounds disgusting, but it's a thing.
You can also walk into Popeyes and get a chicken sandwich now.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You can't walk in though. You gotta go through the drive-through.
Yeah. Well, I guess before this. Well, yeah, that too. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but we open up tomorrow. After tomorrow, we go back to normal.
Do you? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you? How do you feel? Is it just we talk about this real because Virginia, I don't think opens up for another month.
Really, that's interesting.
It's like
it angers me because like I've talked about my job on here before. I work at Pepsi. I'm a sales guy at Pepsi. I'm talking with some of my customers here. Some of the stores, and like they've gotten from their corporate, not us, not here at Pepsi. They're not requiring us to wear like surgical gloves and masks when we do our jobs and stuff. But like when I go into like a grocery store and all their employees are all required to wear a mask. Like, but we're gonna open up. Like I'll be able to go buy clothes from the mall and a pair of Jordans if I want. But the grocery store people, I'll have to wear a mask. I think that's dumb. Like if you feel like all your employees should all still be wearing masks and we still should all be standing 6 feet away from each other in lines and stuff, then why are we opening up? And we're like I think there's only 2 other states that are skipping the whole 1 phase, 2 phase, 3 phase thing.
Yeah,
we're not doing it that way. We're just everything's opening back up.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, I understand needing to open up for the economy. I get it. I'm more.
Yeah,
I'm
but if people die because of if a bunch of people, not a bunch. Go ahead.
Like if like I'm a fan of the stages. I mean, we do have to open the economy. I hate to say, like people are going to die from this disease even after we open, and people are going to go, "Oh, we should have stayed closed." But at the same time, people need to be able to earn money, and when the government closes everything fucking down, you can't earn money. People are going to starve to death, unless we're just going to continue to rack up trillions of dollars of debt by just going, hey, like let's just give everybody another couple $1,000s every other week so that they can survive. Which I don't have an issue with us giving money to people when we're forcing them not to be able to work. Like, but
Yeah.
at the same time, we have to sit there and be honest with ourselves and go, like, we can't pay like nonstop for months and just keep
No, I don't
giving
think
people
that's
money.
something they should make it like a. It shouldn't be like 6 months of everybody getting money, because I'm still working,
No,
and
I
my
am.
job is giving me extra
I
money
am
to
too.
work.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of
And
people out of work though. There's a lot of
they
people.
there is, and there's people that I do know that's
I mean, I would say both of us feel blessed that we have a job that we can still work and get paid, and that like. But I
yeah.
couldn't even imagine looking for a job right now. I mean, if you didn't have a gig,
Well,
like trying to get a
I
job, like
can
that'd be a
I can tell you
bitch.
right now, every place that's essential is hiring because there's a lot of people who are like, I'm not going to work like this.
The
I
issue
would
is
rather.
there's like for like every job, there's probably gonna be 100 applicants right now. So it's
Y- y-
not
y-
it's not a good
Yeah,
environment to
but they're
try to get
not
a job.
hiring people. They're not hiring people like the way they used to. Like I know at where I work at. I mean, not maybe not doing the same job that I do, but to get a job here, it's usually like a month process. They turn that month into a 3 day process. There's
Yeah,
no drug test at the beginning. There's no test at the beginning because you have to take a test and a drug test, and there's like a whole orientation and they skip all of that stuff just to get people in here because we got to have their workers because you can imagine you got more people standing. It's like summer started 2 months early for
yeah,
my job, basically, and we're going through this whole transition of like stuff that's not really important on this podcast, but like the way we do our jobs, and this happened at the same time, and we're not even really fully prepared for that, and to be this busy, I should say right now is very, very. It sucks. It sucks bad because now, I mean, I wasn't prepared to work 60 hours a week already, but that's happening now. I mean, working 60 hours a week, not because necessarily that it's so busy for me, but it really is because of the change that we're going through and the complications with how much slower everything has to be done. Like, what blew my mind, Dustin, when I
what's
was
that?
working is when I seen uh, every store that I had, they had people come in and build plastic casings around the registers.
Yeah, I've seen
That
that.
I was like, wow, like
Yeah,
this is for real. And they didn't just come and take them down; they're just gonna leave them.
yeah,
It's weird. It's a weird time, man. I mean, I'm thankful for the stimulants and everybody's getting what they need, and people are being
yeah,
able to buy groceries and stuff. But I will say, when I see people buying crab legs and steaks and shit, it kind of aggravates me
yeah.
because
Well, I don't
you
even
don't
have.
need.
I like it's not the crab legs and steaks either, because at this point, like it's whatever you can fucking get at the store. Sometimes, like it's. But
Maybe
I
at
get
the
what you're
first
saying.
month,
But like
maybe like the first
I'll
month, but
say
now,
it's still like in my area, it's still hard to get a ton of groceries. Like it is
really.
still, yeah. People are
Okay.
still buying up everything as it comes in.
Well,
So
there's once they start putting those limits on everything here, like they never limited our stuff, but
yeah,
they limited meat and toilet paper and water. Like you seen a dramatic like drop off in sales
yeah. But
because it was just like like every third customer was buying double what they would normally buy.
yeah,
That's all that was. It's not every person isn't doing that. So, but anyway, that's some pandemic talk, a little quarantine talk.
yeah. But and of course, we all hope everybody's doing well and being
Oh yeah,
safe.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know.
Be safe, man. Wash your hands, sanitize your hands. Something I did learn is uh, use 70% alcohol. My job had Jack Daniels donate a lot of uh, alcohol that they used to make. They stopped making Jack Daniels
Yeah, they're
and
making
turned one
hand.
of their.
Yeah,
Yeah, they made it. They made hand sanitizer with their alcohol, which is crazy because the alcohol that they gave me or the hand sanitizer they gave me smells like straight up Jack Daniels. So when I use it, I smell like I'm boozing. So But
At least you're
yeah,
clean.
wash your hands. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm clean.
Yeah.
So wash your hands. Take care of yourself. Take care of your neighbor, man. Make sure everybody's okay.
Yeah, it's definitely that kind of time. Because I definitely had to call around because you just your friends and that you just don't get to see all the time anymore. Like it's put a strain on everybody because a lot of people. I know I'm working more than I used to, and
Are
they're
you?
working. Everybody's schedules are just all over the place, so it's just turned into
Has anybody tried to shake your hand recently?
all the fucking time. Like
Like, so you living in a place where, like, okay, so like when this first came out and stuff was going on, this
and
didn't
what's
happen to
just
me,
real
but I've
quick,
seen
it's funny
people
because
doing it.
today I had 2 cops try to shake my hand, and I'm like, dude, y'all know you can arrest me
Yeah.
for this. But it's like I'll tell you what, that's a fucking hard habit to break.
Yeah.
It really is. Like fist bumps and
It
shaking
is.
hands and shit like that. Like you don't realize just how much you do it, and it's like, nope, can't do it, can't touch, nope, 6 feet. And the people still look at
Well,
me weird every time they come up and approach, and they're trying to talk. And then I start backing up. I'm like, dude, we got to keep a distance. Like
Mm-hmm.
this isn't like I'm not trying to be mean, but like we're living in a world where we can't like stand within 3 feet of each other, or even 2 feet, or essentially 1 foot, because that's where you fucking are trying to come up. Like fucking back the fuck off. But like we said, this is a post-COVID world. Hope everybody is doing well. And let's survive this together.
That's right.
I don't know. All right, let's get into what we've been playing because I haven't played.
go
Oh,
go
go
ahead.
for it. I was going
I
to
was
say
going.
I played some COD. I think we could both agree we did that.
Yep. Check. So I'll play. I'll do mines while you're doing yours. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
COD happened. Played some Minecraft because terms. In a new realm. Like I was like, I need some to get going. It's the what is it? The like the old west biome. I just
All
had a
right.
busy
Well, I'll
week,
go
so
real quick.
yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Just like adding more content. Which usually means more cosmetic stuff or whatever. But they're allowing you to like separate. They're separating the single player, the co-op,
Real
and
quick,
the.
like my PC like really just almost shut down.
Oh, we're
So
not recording.
no, we are recording according to this. I just wanted to be clear with what's going on.
Okay,
Just real quick, because I'm not sure if there's going to be a long pause in the podcast and then we coming
probably.
back.
I
But
thought I
I'll
heard
have
it.
to, yeah, I'll have to see what's going on once we get back. But I just didn't want to. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Let people know what's going on. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, but they separated the game basically in all its parts. Single player, multiplayer, co-op, battle royale, and now you can like choose whether or not you want to install those parts. So they're giving you like if you like me, I already beat the campaign. I'm not gonna go back and play it again, so I'm gonna take the campaign off, and that'll save me like 50 gigs.
I thought they
And I'm
did
not
that
gonna
already.
play. If they did that already, I had no idea they did that. But now it's in the main menu now. Like when you load it up, they give you the option every time you load the game. I guess they're making more of a point to do that. If they did that already, I had no idea. I think they give you the option to download one or the other first, but I think you had to have both of them downloaded because it never asked me if I wanted to delete the single player.
Interesting.
Not before this. So it told me that like and now whenever you load the game up, it says it'll have like a little menu, and you have to download like the data packages that go along with the multiplayer. Which is an actual thing. You have to find them in the store, which is it's weird how they did that. But I mean that itself, that update was 18 gigs, and the regular update just for the base game was 12 gigs. So it was a 30 gig update today, which put it over or put it up to 200 gigs, which is insane.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yep. Just for one game, and I try to get you to get it, man. Try to get you to get it and play with your boy. Play a little COD with your boy.
Oh man, that's gonna be rough with those
I
connections.
would be all right, man. Well, I would have got it for you when it's on sale. If you would have said something, I would have bought it for you, man. I'd have
I
took
think
care of
it's
you.
on sale now for 44.
Is it on sale, man? I bought it. I got it for my son, who doesn't play it at all. I got it for him for $35, I think, maybe. Or maybe it was $41. It was something a weird price, and he hasn't loaded the game at one time. And I thought maybe that since he's seen me play it, he'd want to play it because he watches me play it. But no, he just plays Fortnite and Apex Legends. That's it. But that's it for me. What you been playing, Will?
I'm playing a lot of what's it called, Anthem, and also been playing recently a lot Luminous. That was on sale this week. It's like a Tetris style puzzler. Really good game. I've been playing that one a lot. And a handful of little indie games here and there. Stuff like let me see it. Let me take a look at it real quick. Now, some stuff that gives you like a huge amount of achievements like up front. I wasn't really expecting it, but one called Gun Crazy. It's a nice little pixel art shooter. Playing a lot of PUBG as well. Uh, Evoland Legendary Edition, which is like a RPG that kind of goes back to the original RPGs and kind of evolves into like a current RPG, which is it's an interesting little gimmick. And that's pretty much it. Those couple of few games really. Nothing crazy.
All right. Well, I guess we'll. Dang. That's, I guess that's the
So
show.
sad. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's like
Dang.
ending on a sad note.
Yeah, no.
Man. I want to, I feel like I need to play something. I bought, what is it, the Mana game? The remake? What is it? Came out on Switch. Children of Mana? Something like that.
I know there's Trials of Mana and
Trials
there's
of
Legend
Mana.
of Mana.
I think that's it.
Oh, that's the new one, right?
Huh?
The new one that came out?
Yes.
Or because there's Trials of Mana and then there's a Secret of the Mana remake. So I don't know which one, if it was that one.
I don't know. I think it's maybe Secret of Mana. It's the one that just came out.
Okay, so it might have been Trials, yeah.
Yeah. I did play I played 10 minutes of it. I wasn't really going to talk about it this week because there wasn't enough time to really get into it. But I am looking forward to it. I really am enjoying the game so far. I played the demo and I thought it was awesome. So next week I definitely will be talking a lot more about it. And hopefully, we'll all be talking about some Streets of Rage next week. Should be fun.
Yeah, man. Coming out tomorrow. Or I don't know if it's coming out tonight, midnight, or if it's just like a tomorrow release. So.
Yeah. But until then, we will see y'all next week on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll be here on mixer.com/Xbox Uncut. Go ahead, tell a friend about the podcast. Maybe we get some friends in here, friends of the show.
That's right.
Write us some letters at xboxuncut.com. But until then, y'all take it easy, be safe, and we'll see you next week.
Next week, guys.
Peace.